Okay. Yeah, I was, obsessed with The Shining and reading all the online analyses of it, and was particularly a big fan of the Mastermind's lengthy analysis of it. And he had one phrase that kind of stuck in my mind, that the Shining was a film meant to be seen forwards and backwards. And he didn't mean at the same time. He meant that with the mirror form metaphor that's central to the film, that the things forwards and backwards happen throughout the film, and that people walk backwards in the film. People talk backwards. If you reverse the film, it has a format similar to 2001. All these kind of things. How at the end of the Shining, he's reduced to a screaming ape, just like in the beginning of 2001, they're screaming apes. But I was talking to my pals at the Spectacle Theater, riffing about experimental ways of showing films, and they were like, "Well, do you think you could come up with something, to show here?" And I was like, "Sure. What we should do is we should show The Shining forwards and backwards at the same time. Let's not be creative. Let's just actually reverse the film and show it exactly mirrored, superimposed." The first image is of the reflective lake. And the last image is of the inscription on the photograph, in which Jack is frozen for all time. The Overlook Hotel, July 4th ball, 1921. So those superimposed make it seem like a postcard, like an invitation, like come to the July 4th ball here in Crater Lake. There's a really cool part where, like, the helicopters are following his car, and his name scrolls up in the credits and, like, meets the car right in the same position where the grid of photographs, right in that photograph that he's trapped in. So his car, his name, and his photograph all line up for 1 second. Pretty cool. The interview has it's great while they're talking about, very dryly about all the murders that happened, like, in the Superimposition, Jack's running around with an axe going bananas. There's a lot of just great superimpositions of people's faces lining up. Like Jack's like got the death look, and he's staring through Danny's face as Danny's eating a sandwich. And then there's a lot of things. There's a lot of, like, there's some fun jokes, but then there's serious stuff where, like, the hallucination, the visions that Danny has, you'll see them, like, overlaid on top of other situations. Like the twin girls are overlaid on top of Wendy, which, if you study the film, you see that the twins are associated with Wendy. They're like her, like, visionary counterpart. All the symbols in the movie start overlap in the superimposition, backwards, forwards superimposition. The murdered twins are overlaid across Jack's face, and it looks like he looks like a clown, and makes like a clown mask. There's blood everywhere, and, like, blood on his lips, and blood coming out of his eyes, and, like, Danny takes it. Like, Danny has his hands over his face, and Jack is looking out from his head, and then he like peeks out, and he sees Grady. And then Grady and Jack continue their conversation into the next scene, which is where he's watching television. And it's like they have their lips are, like, in the Jack and Grady's lips are in the TV, and these masks are formed by the windows. And it's like Danny's envisioning, the pact between Grady and Jack. Like sneaks into the bedroom, like right through Jack's head, right in between them. And just like that scene that's the scene where Danny is testing his father, like, do you really, do you like this place? You're not going to hurt us, are you? Like, Danny kind of knows that his dad has lost it. The last shot is 1921, and the first shot is of the road. Ullman mentions that it was finished in 1921, so it's a way of returning the narrative back to the beginning.